Pointed Logic Tarot. Today I wanted to try something different. I wanted to do my first attempt at a pick a card reading, and feel free to reply to the comments if you think pick a card readings are, what do you think of them in the first place? If they're fun, if they're boring, if they're silly, if they're your preferred way to get readings, let me know, because I know that they can be somewhat of a divisive topic, or when you search tarot on YouTube, you can get inundated with them. I'm theming this one just advice to keep in mind in the upcoming part of the year. Your 3 piles to choose from are: Pile 1, you're not ready to let go of Halloween. This is the Happy Halloween Tarot by Sunny Graves. Or you're like, Halloween is all year round. If this is your feeling, this might be your pile. For you, if it's pile number 2, this is the Magic Pantry Tarot by Cedar McLeod. Perhaps this is the time of year where you want to get cozy and get in the kitchen and cook all the things. Think of this one as a flavorful deck, a spicy deck, a filling, cozy, comfort food kind of a deck. If that's how you're feeling this time of year, this might be your pile. And if you're in full-on winter solstice deck the halls mode, I have here a clone of the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is the Tarot Vintage by Los Garabeo. It's a recoloring and an aged look. I think this gives winter energy, especially with the sort of like earthy pinks and greens. So if you're ready for a Yule tree, this might be your deck or your pile. To further help you choose, I have my little stash of divination coins, and we're going to draw a coin for each pile. Pile 1's coin is fresh fruits and veggies, which is funny that that's not pile 2's coin. Come on now, pair. Pile 2's coin is the spring equinox. And pile 3's coin Conjunctio, which is a geomantic figure. Let me look up what conjunctio means. Conjunctio is Latin for connection. Conjunctio is a neutral figure that heightens the good in all good and the evil in all evil. Conjunctio is especially favorable in situations regarding unions. It's also favorable when searching for lost things. as it represents reconnecting. The formation of the dots represent a crossroads or two paths coming together. Okay, so I'll put on just a little bit of thinking music while you consider your decks and your coins. And just as a comment, you will, in your pile, also get some oracle cards. All the piles will receive these, and some playing cards. Alright, pile 1. If you chose the Happy Halloween Tarot and or the Fresh Fruit and Veggies coin, let's get started. I too am resistant to let go of the Halloween energy. I usually try and focus on each seasonal holiday 3 weeks before and 3 weeks after, so that Samhain gets its due and I don't jump into Yule too soon. What do you need to keep in mind for this upcoming season? Whoopsie. The Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Pentacles. All right, so what I see here is that there is a conflict between what you want to focus on and what you are being forced to focus on this upcoming season. I see it here as well. And I think this Four of Cups sort of describes how you are feeling about that conflict. So your little mousy friend here is perfectly satisfied with the cups as they are. They're balanced. They're tidy, and why should we, knock them down or risk tipping one over and breaking it? What you'd like to do is focus on your projects and your interests. And the problem is around you there's this mad hustle and bustle that's just frenetic and frustrating. This is sort of leading you to withdraw, both here and here, further into yourself, to seek solitude, to want to opt out. And here we have what looks like an owl showering people with candy. Which makes me think of sort of the fast-paced capitalist season of shopping and giving gifts out of obligation. And I think trying to find the balance and the boundaries here to help you get through the season and to honor your solitude without isolation is sort of what you should focus on. The give and take element of this card, if you will. So for this, let's draw a couple of cards from the Seed and Sickle as advice to get you through. Productive balance, which is funny right on top of the productivity card, and on the mousy or rat balancing. Setback and closure. Okay, how I'm reading this is you will still have the opportunity to be productive in the way that you would like to be, but you should seek to balance your interest in your projects with rest. And the way I look at Apple here with setback and closure is really, as hard as it is, don't go out of your way to seek closure in experiences and relationships that don't serve you to rehash or try and fix somebody else. To me, what this makes me think of is challenging familial relationships where you're like parent, relative, guardian, sibling, whoever it may be. Why are you like this? Like, I just want to seek closure and like, I don't know, solve this relationship in a way that is going to only set you back as far as your healing. So the way I look at these two is there is a level that you can opt out of. It might take a little bit of bravery to set those firm boundaries, to say, we're going to stay close to home this year. Sorry, we're not traveling. We appreciate the invitation. Or we're just doing gifts with the young ones this year, or with the parents this year, something like that. You're allowed to have solitude. You're also allowed to accept compliments, gifts, appreciation, acts of kindness from others. So don't stack your wall so high that you are not reachable entirely. The balance, again. Okay, and I use playing cards in more of a, oops, sorry, shaky camera, in more of a, like, I don't know, not exactly predictive, but pragmatic way, maybe. so we'll see what these have to say. I chose these because there's a lot of starlight for the dark half of the year. Okay, you've got the 2 of diamonds and the 4 of diamonds. Portal for the darkness and portal for prisms, which portal for the darkness is fitting for this time of year. And the 2 of diamonds and the 4 of diamonds are both grounded in the suit of the practical, the suit of the physical, the suit of the material. So what I see here is, again, that representation of duality, solitude without isolation. So, you know, lean into the hibernation aspect of the dark half of the year, but without locking your doors. And here, what I see in the 4 is stability, is protecting your energy and your resources, potentially offering that safe space and stability to found family or others who are seeking shelter from the storm. And that may be more of the energy you need for closure than any type of sort of more like rush, frenetic, challenging family dynamic. And lastly, your little coin is really just a reminder of moderation, seeking nourishment in a multitude of ways. I hope you found pile number 1 helpful. Thank you for joining me. All right, welcome pile number 2. If you chose the Magic Pantry Tarot and or the Spring Equinox coin, the coin of renewal, a coin of a fresh start, which is sometimes something people focus on this time of year. Thinking new planners or New Year's resolutions, that kind of thing. Then let's get started with pile number 2. I think I got ink on my cards earlier when I was writing and shuffling atop my journal. Well, that's sad. I'll hopefully have to figure out how to get that off. I love to take this time of year to be cozy in many ways, and that really helps me get through shorter days and colder weather. What do you need to keep in mind for this upcoming season? The High Priestess, the condiments. Two of Cups, pairs, the King of Pentacles, cake, the Three of Pentacles, cassava, and the Eight of Swords, squash. So first off, it looks like this reading is about a connection with somebody else or a relationship. I see the need for collaboration here. And I see the desire to create and construct a picture-perfect experience over there. I also see the stressful mental knots here, probably related to this. And here I see the need for going with the flow and trusting yourself. So the way I read this in total is, in this upcoming season, don't let how you imagine the experience will be get in the way of how it goes, because it is in collaboration with another person or people. It is in connection. It is in symbiosis with others. So let your gut lead the experience. Like, trust your gut and let your heart, stay at the center of this. Don't let your, don't fret in a way that gets in the way or distracts or takes you out of the present moment. I also see, this card is about building something together. So the way I kind of am looking at this is, it could be a project, even just, putting together a piece of furniture, trying to read the directions together, That collaboration. And then I really do see this card as sort of where your headspace is. And the fear of cutting up that very nice, very elegant, pristine vision you have for how you want this season to go. Let's pull a couple of cards from the Seed and Sickle to get advice on how to proceed here. Setback and closure. Serendipity and secrecy. Okay. this isn't going to go as smoothly as you want it to, but it's okay. There could be an underlying thing that you are seeking closure on that is why this feels so important to you. And it could be, the way I look at this one is a little secrecy here, not in a bad way, almost like an exciting way, like surprise. And the serendipity in that is how the surprise will work out. I'm gonna add a couple of playing cards to wrap up your reading. Whoops, that one jumped right out. Nine of Diamonds, portal for the red moon. And the Four of Diamonds, portal for the prisms. So, interestingly, both the apple and the portal for the prisms are cards that came up in pile number 1. But you saw, I shuffled, so I think it's kind of funny that they are back. The Nine of Diamonds is very much aligned with this King of Pentacles card. The Nine of Diamonds is about self-sufficiency, and it's called the third of the 3 harmonies of the diamond suit. You've got 3 rows of 3 of that collaboration. So you're, and this is a card of stability and protection. So you're in a good place. Don't let the small setbacks that might pop up derail you because you were hoping for it to work out in a very specific way. Because the way that you are aligned to have it work out will be a good result. It will be positive, even if in the very minute as you're trying to work on it, it seems stressful. Like, I just keep seeing somebody tossing around, trying to sleep and getting all tangled up in their sheets and fretting. I don't know if there's something in particular about this upcoming season that is adding that heaviness or adding even pressure onto you to like get it just right, especially with this renewal coin. Some of the goals you have set or are hoping to set may be adding more stress to your life than encouragement and support. In the setbacks, there is harmony, and you will find closure. And, remember to bring it back to your why and why you're doing this, and that connection. And you'll find that serendipity in this experience, especially after you're through it and you look back at it. All right, and that's all I have for you. I hope that this was helpful and that you have a good upcoming season. Thank you so much for watching and take care. All right, if you chose pile number 3, welcome to your reading. We have the Tarot Vintage RWS and the Conjunctio coin. The coin of connection. And if you're already feeling the winter energy, I had a bunch of snow this past weekend. That made me feel wintry. I really think that this upcoming weekend, with the dip in temperatures and we're planning to get our tree, is when I will really start feeling the season. All right. What do you need to keep in mind for this upcoming season? Oh, that one popped out. The sun. The Hierophant. All right, we'll take these 3 as well. The Ace of Cups. 7 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands. Which I don't know how you feel about reversals. I didn't shuffle any in. All right, so I see this as you are ready for a fresh new season. Even as the days get shorter and it gets chillier out. Again, I'm in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's what I'm going off of, and my apologies if that doesn't align with the light and weather that you are experiencing. You're excited about the return of the sun, and you are feeling energized by that fresh, crisp air. You like the spark, the twinkle, the change in energy from folks. And I think this card is speaking to traditions that you're looking to uphold, reimagine, and create your own. You're looking for not necessarily old dusty traditions, although there might be some that you have really enjoyed and are hoping to honor, but you're looking for creating traditions through ritual that are fulfilling to you. Underlying this, I do see a little bit of something. Here I see you are feeling very protective of this. You were feeling that there's a lot going on in the world, and it is, sort of biting at the edges of your desire to uphold this season for yourself and your happiness and your family. And you are looking to defend that ferociously. Now here, the way that I look at this is potentially you're taking on a little bit too much, and when it popped out upside down, it's this person either going to drop because they're holding too much stuff, or them putting it down. So I do very much encourage you to sit down when you have a chance and assess your obligations you've taken on, the responsibilities, your mission, your goals for the season, and see if there's anything that you can trim away to help make sure that you get the breathing room you need and can maintain the energy you're looking to have here. Let's pull a couple of cards from the Seed and Sickle to see what advice might be in there. All right, we've got the harvest, finality. The end of the year is how I read that. Strawberry, adjust, and generous. Okay. I see this as, yes, lean into the generosity that you sort of naturally and typically offer the world, but adjust it to make sure it's sustainable for you. It's sustainable for you energetically, financially, emotionally, mentally. And I see the sickle as finality in a positive way, in cutting away the things you are ready to be done with for 2024, and the embracing the return of the sun and the days growing longer and a new fresh season. Bring with you, harvest those traditions, rituals, historic connections, ancestral connections that serve you. Cut away the rest. In a way that you're not holding so much that you can't carry it with you. And lastly, for some closing thoughts, whoa, we got somebody jumping right out. We have some playing cards, and that is the Portal for the Darkness. Whoa, okay, everybody back in. Nine of Hearts. So we have the Two of Diamonds and the Nine of Hearts here. Portal for the Darkness and Portal for the Dream World. So, interestingly, this card came up in pile number 1. And for me, Portal for the Darkness, it literally is the dark half of the year. And in the portal aspect, it's coming to the other side. So it's been getting darker, 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 and it will, although it's the dark of the half of the year, be getting lighter, lighter, lighter after the solstice. And Portal for the Dreamland, the other thing about the Two of Diamonds is a duality and the material physical realm. The Nine of Hearts is the third of the 3 harmonies of the suit of hearts. Portal for the Dreamland is really, to me, an encouragement that this is the time for you to make your dreams a reality. You know, you can get home and close the door to the chaos outdoors, light a candle or turn on some twinkle lights, put on some music, make yourself a cup of tea, and sit down and embrace your dreamland and the world that you want to see, and the hopes and dreams you want to become a reality. And lean into that coin of connection. I hope that was helpful and fulfilling reading, and I hope you have a wonderful season. Thank you so much, pile number 3, and take care.